What's up, y'all? So, we're doing another trailer reaction today. I didn't even know this movie was a thing. I didn't know they were doing a sequel. So, I don't know if you guys remember the movie that came out a couple of years ago, 2022, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was like September 2022, called Smile. Now, I did do a TikTok review of that movie, and I can put the link somewhere so you can go watch it if I can find it. God, that was so long ago. But I loved The First Smile. I loved that movie. I was obsessed with the way the movie was shot. I loved the attention to detail, the motifs that kept repeating throughout the movie. Open doors. I think the color blue was a motif, the color red, if I remember correctly. But just little things that kind of mimicked the way we process trauma in our brains, or how we don't process trauma, because that was the whole point of the movie. The movie was about trauma, and trauma that we process, trauma that we refuse to confront. And what happens when you don't allow yourself to process or confront trauma? You leave open doors. You leave empty space for potential bad things to get in. And I loved how this movie was just, to me, a good example of a psychological thriller, and that we're talking about real life issues, but we're talking about them metaphorically. We're able to have conversations about real life things without it getting too painful, too deep, but still going beneath the surface. So I'm very curious to see what this next movie is going to be. And is this just going to be, a scare for scare's sake, or are we still going to go into a cultural or social commentary? Are we still going to take the metaphor that was in the first one and extend it? So, the trailer came out. We're going to watch it together, I assume. So, let's get into it. Yeah, this is my first time watching it, so. Okay. Hold up. Hold up. I might be crazy. Oh, it says it right there. Naomi Scott. It's like, that looks like Naomi Scott, both blonde hair. That'd be her. I only saw bits and pieces of the Power Ranger movie that came out in like 2017, and she was in it. I am way too loyal to the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers to devote any kind of energy or time to a repeat or a remake. I'm sorry, I'm getting horribly off topic.
Hello?
Sky!
What?
No, 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 get away from me!
What? What is it?
Get away from me!
Louis?
Okay, so we're getting a little jump scary, it would seem. I don't know how I feel right now. Okay, we're definitely playing into horror tropes more than the first one did. Let's keep going. Oh.
Something really crazy is happening to me. I keep seeing this face everywhere.
You witnessed a death. Now it's latched onto you.
Stop smiling at me!
Okay. How do we feel? Pause. How do we feel? What do we think? Oh, that's clever. I like that.
That's a pretty cool shirt you got. Want me to sign it?
Okay, so we're doing some things that we did in the first movie, just the way, um, what do you call it? The eye contact, the eye level framing, centering individuals and human beings. You always have the rule of thirds in photography, and it's kind of best practice to not completely center your subject, but to kind of have them in one of the outer thirds. But this is something that I know Silence of the Lambs did, and I know Smile did this as well. It's because it's jarring and off-putting for whatever reason, even though we try to, when we're taking like regular photos, we try to center, you know, the proportions just look good and it just feels right when we're taking a photograph. But there's something about when you completely center a subject and you're looking eye level, eye contact with the subject, that's just very off-putting and scary. And Silence of the Lambs did that. It's famous for it. And I remember thinking, Smile's doing the same thing. Okay, so here we are. Okay. Well, that was the end. All right. Okay. Interesting. So, what do we think of the teaser trailer? The teaser trailer doesn't have me terribly excited because I know what the first one was, and I understood the main character and just the irony of the situation, in that she was a therapist and psychiatrist of sorts working in a mental institution or a mental hospital or a mental wing of a hospital, and helping people with their own trauma when she refused to really confront her own trauma. And that was the irony of it all. And this lady, she seems to be a singer, a performer, and I'm just wondering, is this going to be generic? Is this just going to be another cute little fun little slasher movie? Or are we just going to get a bunch of jump scares? Then seeing some of the performers and dancers and whatnot, that aesthetically looked very cool. And I love to see what they do with that when you incorporate the smile and all. I think what I'm just nervous about, because I thought the first one was just so clever and so intelligent, I don't want to dumb down the concept. Like, don't do it. If it's not necessary, don't do it. Like, did we need a Smile part 2? No. No, we really didn't. And if we're going to do a Smile 2, I don't understand why we're not centering Kyle Gallner's character. Elise's character's name was Joel. Why are we not centering him and making him the focal point of the movie? Because my thing with Kyle Gallner is, even if the movie's bad, I know he's going to give his best. I expect him to give me excellence and to at least give me a good performance, no matter what happens. Not to say that he, routinely gets bad movies, but he is a genre actor. He is a horror guy. He was in Haunting in Connecticut. He was in the Nightmare on Elm Street remake. He was in Jennifer's Body. Like, he is a horror dude. He's good at it, and he has the face for it. And he's one of those full body actors who just knows what to do with his face, his body from head to toe. And I love full body actors. So I have a lot of, like, why? For what? Why are we doing this? I'm slightly intrigued, little interested, but also very nervous, because again, the first one was just very intelligent. I don't want this to just be dumbed down for a mass audience. I don't want this just to be another money grab. I don't want us to take a very cool little concept, The Ring for a new generation, and just dumb it down. Like, we don't get smart horror movies very often. Like, let's not go backwards. You know what I'm saying? All right, that's all I got to say about that. Let me know your thoughts. And if you've seen the first Smile, I think it's still on Paramount Plus. Let me know what you thought of the movie. Let's talk about it. And I'll see you next time.